The moon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tables, Ladders, and Throws.
Yep.
And this is our fourth
Yep.
episode.
Whoa.
And man, oh man, do I need to get a lot of stuff off my chest about wrestling.
What do you mean? That was a great pay-per-view. I definitely watched it.
You lied twice there, sir. First you said that it was a great pay-per-view. Then you said that you definitely watched it, and we all know that's a lie. You keep up with wrestling.
Back, right?
Keith Lee did not.
Yeah, he came back and he defeated Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in the Triple War Games Hell in a Cell match, and he is now your unified TNA, AEW, and WWE champion.
And then you woke up from that dream, right?
I did. You're right. I don't know what happened to my...
well, you ain't reading chat over there.
Nope. Sure am not.
Anyway, guys.
Hey, Star Trek stream.
Yes, it is a Star Trek stream. No, it's not.
Yep. To the moon, if you will. If you're LA Knight.
Yes. You think you're funny, don't you?
I do.
But anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about wrestling and everything to do with wrestling from the past week. So let's go ahead and, kick off to, I would say, the fourth or fifth time that Raw's been the exact same for a month now.
Listen, that is not true. Okay? Vince McMahon decreed that every match must have a reason for being a match.
Okay. And I've
seen that. Jeff Hardy put his career on the line.
And I've seen that. And then what happened?
It was important.
Jeff Hardy won.
Yeah, well...
Because he beat a jobber in Cedric Alexander, who was, by the way, a former tag team champion.
Listen, a couple months ago, he was not a jobber. He was left and right.
Exactly.
I'm just going to restart this.
So
I don't know if I can restart this. If I restart this, is it going to mess anything up?
It probably just won't come back on. That's no big deal. See, I don't care. But Cedric Alexander, being a former tag team champion, is now a jobber to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy doesn't need it.
No, Jeff Hardy doesn't need jobbers anymore. He's pushing 50 years old, and he's a former world champion, and what he should be doing is giving Cedric Alexander the rope.
Yeah. But you think Vince is going to allow that?
No.
Oh, no. So, let's see. Let me think of everything that happened on Raw, because it was just a really bad show. So, we still have Alexa doing her thing with Lily.
Yep.
Which I'm getting so burnt out on that I'm
just Shayna Baszler?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting so burnt out on this, I am losing my mind. I am losing brain cells watching this, guys.
Listen, he's pretty good at that, so he knows when it's happening.
And I know when I'm losing brain cells. I'm losing one right now. But
just thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just thinking about it. But I'm getting so burnt out on the whole Lily doll. I get it. Bray Wyatt is taking time off for mental health. That's perfectly fine.
He had 10 of the last 12 months off, though?
He has, but I get it. He's still not over Luke Harper's death.
That's fair.
It's still affecting him really badly because that's his brother.
I completely understand.
Yeah. So he's taking time off. I get it. But why do you have to continue this whole Lily thing?
Go back to, what was she before?
Bliss?
Little Miss Bliss?
Yeah, Little Miss Bliss.
Yeah, go back to that until you're getting ready to bring him back.
Yeah.
And then have it start ramping up instead of just trying to continue.
Exactly. So, hey, Watson, what's up, man? How you doing? Glad you make it in the stream. But anyway, I'm just getting sick of watching a doll get more head time than most of the wrestlers.
Well, listen, that's why they had to fire half their roster.
So how much is Lily making? They giving her $1 million like they were paying Braun Strowman?
Probably. So that's why they had to cut Strowman, so they could afford Lily's pay.
Wrestling, man. Monday Night Raw especially is driving me nuts.
Do you know what my favorite thing from the last week of wrestling was?
What?
I know we're kind of getting sidetracked here about talking about Raw, but my favorite thing that happened in wrestling was Triple H going, "Hey, Joe, Please come back.
Oh yeah,
I need you.
yeah, and we'll get into that. We will, because I have a whole segment lined up for that, and we'll get into that. I promise. But I'm just getting aggravated with Raw, man. Finally, and spoiler for upcoming. Finally, though, it looks like we're at the end of the Drew McIntyre Bobby Lashley thing.
Nope.
Well, I mean, McIntyre did say that if he lost at Hell in a Cell, spoiler, that he was going to not challenge Bobby Lashley anymore for the title as long as he held it.
I mean, that's fair, but how many times have people said that in the past, and then 2 months later they're back into it?
You got me there. But Cody's held really strong on that promise over in AEW.
That's not WWE, though.
That's true.
Let me remind you of another match that happened at Hell in a Cell. This is probably actually a really good match.
Okay.
But they've had this match a million times, and they've finished it a million times, and they're not going to do it ever again.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I
knew you was going to say that.
Fight forever. This is the final round. Oh, wait.
They're really fighting forever?
Yeah. They've been fighting for 20 years. Why not 20 more?
Oh.
I don't.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I love them both. Don't get me wrong. It's just...
The only thing, though, that I can see coming out of Raw tonight is maybe a heel turn from Kofi Kingston.
Oh.
What? No.
He's coming back.
We're going to get into that, too. We got a lot to talk about here today. Need to get a lot of stuff off my chest.
Yeah.
But, yes, I believe Kofi Kingston may turn heel soon. Because it's actually good for his career, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't disagree. Look what it's done for Roman.
Yeah, but
this might be how you get to Lashley and Kofi.
That's true. So look at it this way: what has Kofi really done since New Day's been split up? Not a lot, right?
Nothing.
Exactly.
No, he won the titles
twice, and then they dropped them in like a couple weeks, a month.
I mean, it still counts.
Because titles mean nothing in WWE
they don't.
anymore.
They really don't. They haven't for years, though.
They really haven't. But what I believe is going to happen is I think Kofi may turn against Xavier, and that's fine. I'd love to see Xavier do some singles work because we haven't really got that chance with Xavier yet.
Yeah, he did some good work in TNA.
Exactly. And I would love to see him do some singles work. I'm not expecting Xavier Woods to go on and pick up a world title. The only one I see doing that out of the New Day is Big E.
Big E.
Yeah. But I think Woods would be really, really good to pick up like the United States title.
He's a good mid-tier title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Intercontinental,
but again,
anything like that.
Unless it's like The Miz and his gimmick is making the title relevant, it's still irrelevant.
Yeah. The only thing about Raw, and you're going to hate this, and you know where I'm going with it because you're smiling already. The only thing about Raw that I have enjoyed is RK Bro. That's the only thing I've enjoyed.
I'm leaving. I can't.
It's funny, man. I can't help it.
Randy Orton is not a funny act, though.
But he's not being funny. It's who his partner is who's funny.
That's the reason I can't stand him.
Have you seen their shirt, by the way?
I think so. I was going to try to pull it up, but my computer still isn't working.
I really want to buy their shirt.
You want to buy all those shirts, Chris? Did you buy your Orange Cassidy shirt yet?
Not yet.
I didn't think so.
I'm getting it, though. I'll get there.
I bet.
But their shirt, it's a snake, a viper, on a scooter.
I was going to say getting high, but...
Well, it's stone. You can tell it is because it's got like the red eyes. I swear it does. And it's got really long hair. And at the top, it just says RK Bro. It's the best shirt.
I'll call you Bro Lee.
Get it?
Kill me.
See? Watson bought the RK Bro shirt.
No, Watson. Sir.
See? This man gets it. I like this man. I completely agree.
Defeated.
I completely agree. You need an RK Bro shirt.
No, I don't.
You're wearing a shirt of somebody who's not even there right now.
He's better than both of them.
I'm wearing a shirt of a guy who don't even wrestle anymore.
I mean, 3 guys. Think about it.
That's true.
Random question. Do you think all of the faces of Foley will be added to the WWE Hall of Fame. He'll have to do it in different costumes.
Ooh. Well, you already got Mick in there.
I mean, yeah, but
So you just add...
Mick is all of them, but they could add them individually if they're running out of ideas. And we all know they have no ideas.
But do you really make Mick Foley a 4-time Hall of Famer at that point?
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. Ric Flair's a 2-time Hall of Famer.
See,
Kelly's shaking his head. Yeah.
What's Ric Flair got that Mick Foley doesn't?
2 Hall of Fame rings.
Fair. The 14 world champion.
14 world more champions. Something like that. But I've enjoyed RK Bro. Going back to that. I know you haven't. Watson has, though. And I really am predicting that they're going to pick up the tag team title.
I'm surprised they haven't already. Who's got him right now?
Almost an AJ.
Oh, yeah. Those guys that aren't on TV.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
You know, our Raw tag team champions?
Yeah.
Who are never on TV?
Listen, AJ needs time,
wrestled.
all right? He's got to take his kids to soccer practice.
Listen.
I'm listening, but you're not saying anything.
I'm getting so tired of watching Raw and not seeing our tag team champions on there, except for being on, like, commentary.
Well, I mean, Omos is still in training. You can't put that man on there.
That's my point. Why did you put a tag team title on that man when he's still in training? Huh?
Because they had to give AJ something to keep him happy.
That's like Dominic and Ray over on SmackDown. They have the tag team titles now. It don't make sense.
Listen, the person that's going to beat Roman Reigns is Dominic Mysterio.
I'll put money on that. $100 no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they might actually do that. That's the problem.
I'll take that bet. Chat, will anybody else take that bet?
Like, people love Eddie Guerrero. Let's give it to Dominic. We did that storyline 20 years ago where Eddie was his dad. We'll bring it back. We'll bring Jason Jordan back too. They can be cousins.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
I can hear it now from Vince. It'd be great.
That's some courage. Oh, wait.
But going out of the boredom and snooze fest that Raw's been, you ready for John Cena to come back and get that 17th title? No, Dustin. No. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
It's going to happen. He's going to beat Roman.
But moving on from Raw, because I'm tired of talking about it. And because
so really Tuesday's NXT now, right?
Tuesday is the good show.
Yeah.
NXT.
Hey, this is where that thing that happened that I liked.
Yeah, so you want to talk about that a little bit?
I don't know a whole lot about it, but...
I know you got super excited, though.
I did. I love Joe. Joe's one of my favorites. Vince McMahon loves big, sweaty men, and I like meat and potatoes guys. I like the fat guys that can go because they represent me. Now, that being said, Joe got released, a month ago?
Yeah,
maybe
2 months ago.
2 months?
Yeah.
And this whole time, apparently, Triple H has been like, Vince, no, don't let Joe go, no.
I actually seen dirt sheets about this, about Triple H going into Vince's office and screaming at him about releasing Samoa Joe.
And they came to an agreement, and that agreement was, yo, I'll come back, but I'm not going to the main roster. I'm coming back to NXT. Done. Let's go.
And you know Triple H was so excited. Oh, yes. Come back to me.
Absolutely. I mean, could you imagine what Joe's going to do when he's not injured anymore? Now, the problem is keeping Joe off the injury.
Well, what's funny is I like the role that he's in.
Oh, yeah, he's the enforcer, right?
Yeah, he's William Regal's enforcer.
Yeah, and he's got that old Stone Cold thing going on where no touchy unless provoked. So, obviously, he's always provoked.
Yeah.
Because that's great television.
Did you see where he got provoked the first time?
Didn't he choke out Adam Cole?
He choked out Adam Cole. Did you know why it happened, though?
I have no idea.
Okay, story time. Small story.
Yep.
But what had happened is it cuts back the backstage segments.
Yeah.
And you know William Regal's been losing control of NXT.
Yeah.
That's why he hired Joe to be the enforcer. So you have Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole back there beating the dog snot out of each other. I mean, literally just beating each other up. They got security guards and William Regal trying to step between them and split them apart.
For sure. Makes sense.
So they can't get them split apart. So William just goes, Joe,
you're provoked.
And then Joe walks over there and he pushes them apart first.
Yeah.
And he pushes Kyle O'Reilly against a fence. And he's like, what's wrong with you? Stay over there.
Yeah. I got you.
And then he turns around to Adam Cole. He's like, you go that way. And
William tell me what to do.
Yeah. So Regal's like, okay, if you guys want to fight so much, you guys can fight next week. But at the next pay-per-view, you guys can have another match, rubber match.
Yeah.
But you guys are going to fight next week. Pick your opponents. So Adam Cole's like, no, I ain't picking nobody. I'm going to fight Kyle O'Reilly.
I'm fighting myself.
So he tries to get in front of Joe, and he pushes Joe. That's provoked. So Joe looks at himself as he gets pushed.
Yep.
And then he looks at Adam Cole over here beating up Kyle O'Reilly. He runs over there, puts him in the clutch, and then he just drops him in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He looks over.
A little tie, a little smirk.
He looks over. He looks at one of the referees that's trying to split the situation apart.
Yeah.
And he's like, when he wakes up, tell him to pick an opponent for next week and get back to Mr. Regal. And then he walks off.
I love Joe. But Dustin is absolutely correct. Do you see what Dustin just posted?
He'll beat Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns in a 2v1.
Yep.
That would be cool. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I would be if it was Cena that did it.
If it's Cena that did it,
Bring back Ric Flair, let him do it. He wants one more match. He wanted one more match against Hogan, but they wouldn't let him.
Don't bring Ric Flair back. Ric Flair can't even walk out there anymore.
He tries.
He's out there going.
Anyway, yeah. So Joe's back.
Yeah.
He's the enforcer. There were rumors that he was just going to take over for Regal, and Regal was just going to be backstage.
Yeah,
like not a trainer, but
they tried that when they first started. Like when the show first opened up, Joe comes out. William Regal's like, I can't do this anymore. You're new GM.
Yep.
Joe's like, no. He's like, I don't want that.
I just want to beat somebody.
He was pretty much. He's like,
Joe's gonna kill.
He was like, I know I caused you hell back in the day when I was over in NXT, but he's like, Regal, I respect you enough to not take your position from you. He was like, but what if I make sure that you get the respect that you deserve?
Yep.
So that made a lot more sense. And I like the position. I'm perfectly okay with it.
Regal's one of those guys, if you look at his body of work and his technique and stuff, he's, to me at least, he's one of those workhorse guys that should have done more.
Yeah.
Could have done more.
Yeah.
Never did more.
Nope. No, 100% agree.
But I mean, he trained Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's true. Karrion Kross is looking great on NXT.
See, I read the opposite.
He just beat five guys.
Why would you beat up a burger joint? They have some good fries, sir.
But
anyway, I read that a lot of people feel like he's not bringing it like he needs to because your previous champions, you've got Joe, you've got Drew, you've got not AJ, but Finn, Andrade, Gargano, Aleister Black, Ciampa, Lee, and then you got Karrion Kross. You put him up against the body of work of those other gentlemen.
I see what you're going with. I get it.
What I read was they don't hate him. They just feel like they're trying too hard to make him into the monster that
he
kind of just obviously isn't.
Yeah. I think that's why they did the Fatal 5-Way.
Yeah, because they wanted to put him over the other guys, and the other guys could carry the match for him. And doing the weird
those other four guys, if you look, they're all like 6 foot even at most. Karrion Kross is like 6'7", 6'8".
I mean, I think right now he's the biggest dude on the roster.
Other than Omos.
Is he on the NXT roster?
Oh, you're talking about the NXT roster? I thought you were just talking about WWE as a whole. Yeah, he's biggest on the roster.
Yeah, so, I mean, that obviously leads credence to him being the monster that they need him to be, but I mean, the problem is, like, his initial run got cut short because he got hurt.
Right.
And then he came back with no build and took the title back. You know, it's like, okay, sure, why not?
But I don't know, man. I really like Cross's style for some reason. I think to be honest, I think it's more the character than I am a fan of than the actual work.
No, Loomis is the one that's the hitman that you keep talking about.
Loomis actually had a couple funny segments too. He always has funny segments though. It's great. I don't know. I'm just big on Kross though. Like, I like the character. I think his in-ring work does need more work, you he was saying. But I agree with him being champion because he does look like a threat with how big he is.
That's fair. But here's my thing. I think if you take Karrion Kross right now and you pull him out of NXT he'll be the one guy from NXT that will do well on the main roster. Don't throw him at Roman.
Right.
Throw him at the United States title.
Right.
I mean, hell, just have him not even lose. Let him be the guy that doesn't drop the title when he leaves and just vacate it.
I wouldn't be mad at that neither.
Like, just have him, what's next, Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Maybe not participate in the Money in the Bank match, but if there's like an Intercontinental title match or a United States title match,
right,
have him come out with his title, take it off on the ramp, hold it up, drop it, and then charge the ring and go after the champion.
You know, they would probably put the title on him that night too.
Yep.
And I think that's the only way you get him to agree to that.
Yep.
Is you give up the NXT World title, but we put a mid-card title on you on the main roster.
Yep, just right off the bat.
Yeah. And I think that works. Honestly, I think that works. So, moving forward, because, you know, we can't take up too much time talking about Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross.
Samoa Joe is the story, sir.
There was a really good tornado tag on NXT.
I don't remember reading about that, and I still can't pull anything up to...
The Grizzled Young Veterans versus Timothy Thatcher. Yeah.
Timothy Thatcher.
They call him Toothless Timmy because he's missing a tooth right here. And Tommaso Ciampa.
Timmy and Tommy?
Yep. And winners got to go face the tag team champions.
Who's tag champions right
now? MLK, something like that.
Martin Luther King?
Yes. So it's like MLK. I can't remember what it stands for.
Yeah, but who are they?
They're two younger guys, way younger guys. They worked in Impact a little bit. That's where they made their bigger names at. I cannot remember their names for the life of me right now because they don't get used much, and they're champions.
It's just a problem across the board.
Yes, it's not in Raw. It's also in NXT too. With tag team, it's because Vince hates tag team wrestling, and I don't know why.
He's not a fan of multi-man wrestling matches.
But dude, that tornado tag was actually impressive. I was really, really, really impressed with how that went down.
You see, it's interesting to me that they did a tornado tag because that's not usually something that they'll do anymore.
So pretty much how the match ends is Toothless Timmy, because it's just easier to call him that. Yeah. He throws his opponent into like a leg lock, right?
Okay.
And he's holding him there, and then Ciampa gets in there and puts a crossface on. And then you can just go, and it's just like double the pain on this guy, so he just instantly taps out. Like, I'm done. See, like even Watson knows it's a really good tornado tag, and I don't know, I'm just really big on Timothy and Ciampa being tag team right now.
Yeah, but is it weird that Ciampa's not going after Goldie?
After Goldie? Yeah, I know.
A little bit, right?
I think though, if they don't make their tag team championship return soon right now, I think that's what he's going to do. Like, he'll probably just go back after and go after Karrion Kross. But I like the tag team stuff. I think Ciampa's more comfortable being a tag team wrestler.
I mean, look at his stuff with DIY.
Yeah. I mean, him and Gargano was a great tag team. Like, I mean, they lasted for, 2 to 3 years and had, 2 runs.
That was a good blow-up, too.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed just, him and his tag team work, man, because he works so well with partners, and that's what he's trying to do right now. The Timothy is trying to give him that rub on, hey, man, you're a great wrestler, but let me show you how to be better.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean,
that
you need guys to do that.
Yeah. So that was the main event, and we're going to kick over into SmackDown. Okay. And this is where
this is where
I got confused.
The Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, this is where they moved the Hell in a Cell match to the night of.
Yeah.
That was supposed to originally be on the pay-per-view. And I'm sitting here like, huh? Because you have a Hell in a Cell match on SmackDown that was supposed to be on Hell in a Cell pay-per-view yesterday.
Yep.
And
with currently the biggest title
in
WWE, because that's what they're pushing. You all know Universal's the big one.
Your biggest heel in WWE with Roman.
Yep.
Because as much as I hated Roman as a babyface, I hate to admit this, he's a really, really good
Listen,
heel.
This might be the first time I ever buy a Roman Reigns shirt.
You gonna buy the Acknowledge Me one?
Yeah. I thought about getting the Wreck Everyone and Leave too.
So I was just so confused about why you let this match go to a Friday Night Smackdown. But nothing really happened on SmackDown that was important up until that Hell in a Cell match. They just kept pushing that all night.
Let's see. It looks like there couldn't have only been 4 matches, right?
On SmackDown? Yeah, because at Hell in a Cell.
Battle for the Crown, Shinsuke Nakamura versus King Corbin.
Yeah.
Shinsuke won that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He took the crown off.
He took the crown. So now
they didn't have a full-on King of the Ring pay-per-view.
No.
They just, Shinsuke is the king now.
And he's not even King Corbin now. He's just back to Baron Corbin.
I mean, I prefer Baron Corbin, but let's see. Angelo Dawkins versus Otis. I mean,
it was a throwaway match.
It's a blow-off because of what happened last week, right? Where Otis came back all shaved and.
But it's a throwaway match.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
I thought Vince was wanting to get away from that.
There's a background to it because Otis came back and attacked last week.
Fair,
sir. Kevin Owens and Big E versus Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz.
And that's where KO.
And this is where Sami Zayn is kind of involved with Apollo Crews and Aziz, right?
And this is where you get the match for Sunday.
Aziz was Dabocado, right?
Yep.
Cabocado.
Yeah, avocado.
Yeah, avocado. Yeah. And this is where I assume Sami Zayn cost Big E and Kevin Owens the match.
He just kind of ran his mouth. That's all it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you get one of your major matches for the pay-per-views.
Yep.
Friday before, Sami Zayn was talking crap.
48 hours before the pay-per-view.
Gotta have that match. You definitely have to pull Roman and
Rey
Mysterio and have them in the Hell in a Cell on Friday.
You can't do
gotta
3.
Fit in Kevin Owens.
You can't do 3 in a Hell in a Cell matches on a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell.
When we get there, I have some grievances to air about that. All right.
Okay.
And then the 4th match on this show, which was apparently the last match, was the Hell in a Cell Universal Championship. Rey Mysterio versus Roman Reigns.
So,
sure. That's
Rey Mysterio's first Hell in a Cell match, right?
I guess, yeah.
Well, it is. He does okay. It's fine up until middle of the match. Roman just eats him alive after that.
That's what he's supposed to do.
And I mean, it literally looks like that if Rey Mysterio wasn't half of the tag team champion, he would have retired the next day and said, yeah, I'm done because that guy just killed me. So,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It just don't make sense.
So you have SmackDown's back to 2 hours, right?
Yes.
So you have a 2-hour event.
Yes.
You have 4 matches.
Yes. One of them being the Hell in a Cell match at 1 hour and a half.
That would do it.
Yeah.
Why? That match didn't need to be that long.
No.
You go 20, 30 minutes. Now, granted, it was a Universal title match that was supposed to be on a pay-per-view. Somebody out there right now tell me you wanted to watch Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio for an hour and a half.
Oh, didn't you?
I didn't even watch it.
But yeah, that's exactly what happened. It just went for an hour and a half of them just
by
beating
submission.
each other up. Yeah, by submission too. Which is weird. Like I've never seen just somebody lose out to a submission like that.
I have. It was Rey Mysterio against the Great Khali.
It's how he had the submission though. Yeah, it was a triangle choke.
Yeah,
but he put him in it. He put him in it standing up though.
I thought it was a dragon sleeper, or not a dragon sleeper, but guillotine.
Might have been a guillotine.
It's a guillotine. Like,
yeah, it was a guillotine. He did triangle choke too though, which is stupid.
Weird.
Yeah,
just do guillotine. It's
yeah,
fine.
but it was the guillotine that got him. He put him in the guillotine, but he did it standing up because we're so short.
I will say, somebody the size of Roman Reigns, he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
He's like 260 ish. You put a guillotine on a dude that's like 5'3".
Oh yeah. No. No. Yeah, but he puts him in the guillotine. He does it standing up.
Yeah.
Ray doesn't really tap out necessarily. It just kind of
I mean, that's the same thing that was it Jay?
Yeah.
That was the first one he used it on? Jay Uso? Because Jimmy's the one that just came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he busted it out the first time. And
Jay just passed out.
Wasn't that also a Hell in a Cell match?
And Jay just, yeah, it was actually last year.
Yeah, he jumps up on him.
Yep.
And then puts his big ass.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
And there you go. And that's SmackDown. 4 matches. Woohoo! But I think it's a good time for a giveaway. What do you think, Palmer?
That's probably fair.
Probably a good time.
That's yeah.
So let's go ahead and show off what we got here today.
What do we have here today, sir?
Oh, everybody's got a prize for the $1 million man.
Everybody has a prize. Except Cameron Grimes because he lost.
Well, true. Anyway, guys, we're giving this away. It's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and IRS. It's a twin pack. And let's see. What do you want to use for the keyword on this?
Money.
That's a good one.
Money, 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 money.
Money is the keyword. So, spam that keyword, or key that spam word.
Key that spam word, sir.
Keyword money is love. And this is a Walgreens exclusive, Palmer.
Oh, nice.
So this is actually an out of print set now. So
that's pretty fancy.
And guys, we do have 2 more of these on the site. This isn't the only one. So if you don't win it, you can always buy it from us.
And everybody here is probably aware, but I always thought it was interesting. But IRS is Bray's dad.
I know, right?
That's like
I know, right?
Oh,
I know. So yes, go ahead and spam that keyword money to win your $1 Million Man and IRS pop figures. And you must be following. If you are not following and you win, we will have to reroll.
Yep. So make sure you guys hit that follow button before you key that spam word.
Hit that follow button.
And subscribers get double entries.
That is true. So if you're subscribed, remember, double entry. Oh, Watson's like, yep, I want that money.
Yep. Does this have the belt in it?
I don't know if it does or not.
He's wearing it.
Is he?
Yeah, he's wearing it.
So, yeah. Oh, sweet. No, LA Knight has that.
Yeah, like, that's not the current champion. Why isn't this an LA Knight set?
You stop that.
Dude's like 40.
Oh, yeah, LA Knight did turn on
of course he did.
$1 Million Man.
Was anybody surprised by that?
No, not really. Okay, moving on. Going into AEW.
AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, is that still up against?
It's still on Fridays, yeah. From 10 to 12. I tried to slap myself awake to watch it.
AEW results.
Because I am ready for bed at 11 o'clock and I don't know what they're doing with putting AEW on at 12.
Cage fight. What?
Yeah. There's a cage fight.
Brock Anderson? Is that Orange Kid?
Yeah.
Is that Orange Kid?
Yeah, that's Orange Kid. Can't you tell? It looks just like
It's got the same hair.
It looks just like him.
It does.
Another receding bald line or hairline.
Jake Hager versus Wardlow.
In a cage fight.
That was a cage. Oh, that was the cage fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did that MMA stuff.
Yeah, he's undefeated. Yeah. He's still undefeated because he beat Wardlow.
Of course he did. It wasn't staged or anything, though.
Oh, no.
It was brawl for all.
Oh.
Round 1. They felt each other out.
Pretty much. They touched each other, rubbed on each other a little bit. Whispered sweet nothings into each other's ear.
And then the tables were turned. Just like my chair just now. Because I lowered it. Wardlow in a chokehold and forced him to pass out. Wardlow's a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake Hager's a big boy too.
That's true.
Let's get back up here. So,
remember, guys, keyword money is love to win your $1 Million Man and IRS pop figures.
Yep. Key that spam word.
Key the spam word.
So what of this was actually notable? Because, I mean, obviously the cage fight is unusual.
So, really the only notable thing about it was the end, and that was just like where MJF came out there and he beat up Dean Malenko.
That's what I was just looking at.
Yeah. Because Dean Malenko tried to step in between it and was just like, hey, stop. And then MJF.
Is that literally all that happened?
In the cage fight?
Oh, there's 6 pages.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that can't be the only thing.
No, if that was the only thing that happened, AEW would have been worse absolutely horrible.
All right, there's Cody Rhodes with his Pride Month shirt.
Yep.
MMA rules, Jake Hager versus Wardlow, Frankie Kazarian, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Eddie Kingston versus Matt Jackson and the Good Brothers.
That was a fun match.
That should be a good match.
That was a fun match. Dude, I'm a big fan of Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston's been tearing it up.
I don't know why that dude hasn't been signed to WWE. Like, he is...
Because he has standards? Because he's not a sellout?
Fair. And, I mean, he...
Give him like a year. His AEW contract will run out, and then WWE will be doing the same thing that AEW is doing to them.
That's true. I guess I could pull this up. What website did you go to?
Bleacher Report.
Oh, the Bleacher Report. Oh, God.
But yeah, Frankie.
That's why I don't go to it.
Frankie Kazarian's good. He's
Where's my mouse?
He's kind of up there now. He's been around for a long time.
My mouse has disappeared.
Sir.
I have no idea where my mouse is.
Sir.
It's just gone.
Good Brothers are always great.
Oh, there it is.
I love the Good Brothers. I think somebody was in charge of your computer, sir.
No, not at all.
But Orange Cassidy versus Cesar Bonani. I don't understand who that is.
Oh, that was just a jobber match for the most part, to be honest with you.
Why does Orange Cassidy need a jobber?
I mean, he don't, but I think where he's coming off that loss from Kenny Omega, you got to kind of build him back a little bit. So,
Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
You say you got that off the Bleacher Report?
Yeah, I just Googled it.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, that one.
We'll just go ahead and pull it up for everybody.
Yeah, there we go.
Pull it over this way.
I like this. It's like the Geritron 5000.
Oh, wrong way.
Sir, what are you doing?
Trying to get my mouse to cooperate. Oh, well, never mind. Kelly's got
Kelly's going to get you taken care of, sir. But yeah, we should look into this for the tabletop show because Hampton and I just disappeared for an hour last time we talked about something that we pulled up.
That's fair. So, yeah. So, let's see. You have the MMA rules cage fight.
Yep.
Jake Hager versus Wardlow.
Yep. That was the opening match, or was that
That was the curtain jerker.
Okay.
You don't want that as main event. Oh, God, that's a horrible main event. If that's the case.
I mean, if it had Brock Lesnar in it, it would be fun.
Yeah, this was your main event.
Jim Ross versus Andrade El Idolo.
No.
What's your main event?
No. And I can't remember why Nick was out of this match. I think he's hurt. Like, I think he did something and he pulled a muscle or something.
I will say it's hard to do a 6-man tag with 7 men.
Yes. But, I mean, obviously they put Matt Jackson in there, not Nick.
Who else are you going to put in there? Kenny?
Well, you could. I mean, if you really wanted to.
I suppose.
Because they're part of the elite, so.
Being the elite. Cody Rhodes and Brock Anderson versus QT Marshall and Aaron Solo.
Yeah.
I don't recognize those two.
The Darby Allin and Scorpio Sky match wasn't bad because Darby Allin took a beating like he always does.
Yeah, I mean, that's just his shtick.
Yeah. So that wasn't bad at all.
What?
No, he lost the mouse.
Oh.
We're playing Hunt the Mouse.
And this is where Andrade debuted, right?
Not
or did
really.
he do that last week?
He kind of debuted last week. This was more of a sitting down with Jim Ross and doing an interview. You know, like how Jim Ross used to do that in WWE?
Yeah, where he'd just sit down in a chair with him.
And then he got caught on fire by Kane that one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, there we go. He fixed it. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it wasn't a crazy night.
So this is also a 2-hour show, right?
Yes. Not a crazy
got
night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches and an interview.
Yeah.
And whatever shenanigans happen in between.
I'll tell you this.
Brock Anderson.
Just like his dad, man. He obviously green because, you know, he just started.
Yeah.
But that's money.
What, 20, 30?
25, 26 at most, probably.
He's probably just out of college.
Yeah.
Probably played football.
This kid's got it.
Did he hit the spine buster?
He did. Just like his dad. He kind of rough when he did it, but yeah.
Concussion.
Like, I think he hit Aaron Solo with it, and when he did, he brought him down a little bit too roughly. So Solo kind of hit the back of his head. So when he comes down, he's like, boom.
I'm about it.
But yeah, he's just like his dad, dude. I can't wait to see him actually progress and get better because this guy could be money for AEW. He really could.
New enforcer.
And Cody's training him. So with Cody training and Dustin training him too. So if you got the Rhodes brothers training you, you're in good hands, if you ask me.
Listen, Dustin has been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
Dude knows stuff. Like, he's gone on interviews where he said, like, his career was over.
Yep.
And then he started doing yoga with DDP and brought it back. And for as old as he is, he can still go. As long as he's been on the road,
he destroyed his body, man.
Yep, he can still take a bump.
Penelope Ford, I'm really starting to enjoy her work.
See, I don't recognize either of those female superstars.
So she's with the Dark Order.
Okay.
And Brody Lee Jr.
I heard he had to miss a few
because
he wasn't doing his homework.
Yeah, he wasn't doing his homework. So Tony Khan told him that he couldn't be on shows until he pulled his grades up.
I like it. I'm about it.
So he's having to not be the leader of the Dark Order right now because he's not doing his homework. He's only 10. You got to do your homework.
Speaking of, I don't remember if it was this last week or the week before, but did you see the rumors about who might take over as leader for the Dark Order? Braun Strowman.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was seeing Aleister Black. That's interesting, though. I'd be all right with Strowman taking it over.
I mean, he shaved his beard off.
Yeah, I was going to say Strowman don't look like Strowman anymore.
Or does he look more Strowman than ever? Sorry. Who's Julia Hart?
She's new. There's really not much on her.
Did she get jobbed out to Penelope Ford?
Yeah, she sure did.
Yep.
She sure did. That's exactly how that went. Kind of like how this guy right here got his jobbed out to Cassidy. So
I mean, I don't recognize either of their names. So.
Yeah. This was a good match, though. Darby Allin got the crap beat out of him, like I said.
Scorpio Sky's really good, too.
Yes. People don't give Scorpio Sky enough credit for what he can actually do.
That's because he's in a group with, or he was in a group with Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Not anymore. He's attacked him with Ethan Page now.
Who's Ethan Page?
Also new. But Ethan Page has a little bit more name on him because he did work more in the indies and he's more of an indie guy.
Okay.
So a lot of people know Ethan Page because of his indie work, but this is his first big promotion that he's really been signed to.
That's fair.
So, which, makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? This was the main event, and like I was saying, these 6 men right here are probably some of the best.
That doesn't look like a pairing to me, though. Like those first 3? That doesn't make sense to me. So, unless everybody else is just messing with
There's a story with this.
Okay.
So, he's mad because...
it's about Christopher Daniels.
Yes, because Christopher Daniels. Because the Young Bucks beat up Christopher Daniels and knocked him out of action.
Eddie Kingston's mad because they did the same thing to Mox, yeah.
And that's his partner.
Yep.
He's mad because of Ray Phoenix. That's his brother. They beat up his brother. So all 3 of them are missing their tag team partners because of what the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks did. So you see where I'm going with this?
Yep.
This is why that match happened.
It's classic.
Yeah.
No, Mox is obviously off because he just had a kid.
Yeah. Ray Phoenix, I think he legitimately is hurt with a knee injury, but it wasn't the Young Bucks' fault. It was just
something that happened and they wrote it into the storyline.
Ray Phoenix is a high flyer luchador. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Yeah. What about Christopher Daniels?
Christopher Daniels is on the verge of retirement.
I mean, he's in his 50s, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's on the verge of retirement.
Ric Flair if he's not careful.
Yeah. And so he's trying to let Frankie Kazarian go and kind of just like baby bird fly away thing.
That baby bird's in his 40s, sir.
Yes, but think about Christopher Daniels and how much influence that he put on Kazarian.
I mean, they go back TNA 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why that's that.
Yeah. That's fair.
So before we get into our Hell in a Cell results, I think we should roll for that giveaway. And let's see who wins that giveaway.
Ah! Who was it?
Can't see.
Sir, you're breaking gimmick.
Not following. You have to follow if you want.
Make sure you hit that follow button, guys. Oh no.
Reroll. Let's see who wins.
Oh no. Quick, press the follow button in case he rolls you again.
Yes, if you wanna win, press that follow button. Watson won the giveaway.
There you go, Watson.
I know he's following.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he's subbed to us.
What?
I think he is. Use that Prime.
What?
Sub.
Hit us with that Prime sub, guys.
Yeah. So Watson, my dude,
If you're like me, you forget that you've
you
got
won
it.
the $1 Million Man in the IRS. Congratulations. You should be getting a whisper, and because I don't think we had your
Hey, that
information.
used to be you.
It used to be me. That was my old gimmick.
Yeah, whispers.
You should be getting hit with a whisper though to get your information. I don't think you've won a giveaway before, so congratulations, man, on winning your first giveaway, and it's a good one. It's a really good one.
It is. It's a nice set.
All right, you want to get into the hell that was Hell in a Cell?
May as well.
All right, let's see if we can find it here. I'm sure the Bleacher Report will.
Yeah, it's right
hook me
there.
up.
It's-
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right there. What is you just cleared it out?
My bad. I thought you meant it was like right there.
No. No, right there.
Ah, ha 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 ha. Give me.
You lost
I'll do it
again.
like this.
There you go.
Mouse, come to me.
Is Mouse here
Report.
today?
I don't think Mouse is here today. If he is, he isn't. So, talk to us. Mouse.
Yep,
if you're
there you
here.
go. Yep, yep.
Let's see.
Nothing. Hold on. Scroll back up. Scroll back. Stop right there. Going into Hell in a Cell 2021, nothing on the card felt necessary. It was a series of rematches and lingering feuds rather than exciting, fresh storylines or interesting twists and turns.
I got
Called out. Oof.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well,
Even the biggest selling point has lost its reputation because of the disappointment instead of fear. It won. Oh my
So-
God.
as you see, guys.
For once, Chris was not exaggerating.
Exactly. Wait,
What?
for once. I'm never
That's
exaggerating.
rough. Like that.
So yeah, I told everybody that this was a throwaway pay-per-view, and it was.
It was completely unnecessary. Like, now I mentioned that I have a problem with the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Yes,
I prefer it. It was Armageddon before, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Um,
because that's where they did most of
don't-
their Hell in a Cells.
I'm not a fan of pay-per-views that are named after match stipulations. Specifically, in this case, where not every match is held in a Hell in a Cell.
Exactly.
I think if you're going to have a thing named Hell in a Cell, it should be a specialty thing that you do once in a while, not every year.
Yep.
And the entire show gimmick should be that every match is in a cell. Now, Money in the Bank has, what, 2 Money in the Bank matches, and then whatever else happens.
Yep.
That's dumb.
Yep.
I prefer these as stipulations and have cool names for the pay-per-views.
100% agree.
Like, I like Backlash as a name.
Yep.
I like Armageddon. I like Vengeance.
Yep.
I do not like Great Balls of Fire. But I would prefer that this show be called Great Balls of Fire than Hell in a Cell.
I don't even think this is Great Balls of Fire. This is like
It's not.
this December to Dismember.
I like that, but better too.
That's the lowest viewing pay-per-view ever, sir.
It was still better than this.
You're probably not wrong.
Listen, kickoff show. Natalia defeated Mandy Rose. Why? Natalia doesn't need it.
The only thing I can think of, Natalia definitely don't need it. She's one half of the tag team champions.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can think of with this, honestly, is that Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke is trying to get some heat with them so they can take the tag team titles.
So you should have had Mandy win so that they can build to a feud instead of killing off the tag team division again.
You're not wrong. So,
And you don't open with the women's championship,
you know what's
which
sad?
was an afterthought, and you had to move the Universal Championship off of the card so you could squeeze it in.
But you know what's sad about this right here? The best match of the night was the curtain jerker. Honestly, this match and this match,
Best shows than that.
best shows of the night.
Yep.
And this one was completely uncalled for. You
Yeah,
didn't
there's
even
no
need this.
no reason at all for. You could have had all 3 title matches on
Yep.
this card and just drop Sammy and
Yep.
Kevin. Do
So-
the thing that they do every other week. Start with the tag team match.
Right.
Or start with the singles match, roll it into a tag team match, roll it back into a singles match.
Yep.
You would have had more matches.
And that's my girl right there.
Listen, I didn't like her a whole lot when she was in NXT, but she's grown on me.
She is getting great.
She annoyed me
In the ring.
more than anything.
That's fair. But she's getting great in the ring. Her hair gimmick, like where she's
When
got
she
her
whips
really-
people and
yeah.
leaves welts and stuff. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about that.
She beat poor Bailey to death with her hair.
Yeah.
At one point. The match is really good though. Bailey runs that heel gimmick.
Bailey's
just
one of
being-
my favorites right now.
Same.
I love Bailey.
And what's funny is I like heel Bailey more than face Bailey
Oh, 100%.
because
I don't
heel-
like the crazy hair thing she's got going right now, but
I don't know. I kind of dig it
I mean,
because it kind of goes with her personality.
ding dong, hello.
But I was all about how they played that story so well. You have Bianca Belair being the champion trying to go in here and prove herself, right?
Yep. 100%.
You have Bailey being the annoying heel that will do anything
Yeah.
to get by.
Yep, the chicken shit heel.
Exactly.
Yep.
And we all know I love those chicken shit heels because I'm an edgehead.
We'll come back to that on that next match.
What?
The chicken shit heel
Oh yeah.
and how you love them.
Yep. Yes.
Mhm.
But Bailey just works that gimmick so well.
Yeah, she's doing great.
She's great as a heel. I'm not so big about turning all the Titantron, the Thunderdome, all the audience members into her face laughing. I think that's kind of strange. I didn't know if you knew about that.
Uh-oh.
That was a thing for like the past couple of SmackDowns. Is like Bianca would be out there cutting a promo.
You know
and
why?
then- why?
Everybody tuned out.
That's probably fair. I don't know. Bianca cuts pretty good promos too.
That's all right.
But it was just really funny because like she'd be out there cutting a promo, and then all of a sudden all these strings would go off, and Bailey would just be sitting there laughing. So I'm like, this is strange because Bailey's not okay. Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And then I just went on.
Yeah.
But the match is good. At one point, Bianca actually gets her hair just like stepped on, and while she's getting the crap beat out of her by Bailey. So like
Good tactic.
her
I
long
like it.
her
Yeah.
long ponytail, she's stuck. She can't go anywhere. I think Bailey actually ties it onto a chair.
I was
at
just
one
gonna
point.
say she should tie it to the ropes
Yeah.
or something and just beat the crap out of
Well,
it.
she does it a couple of times. She ties it to the chair one time, ties it to the bottom rope one time, and eventually Bianca comes back and she unties her hair.
Yep.
You know, beating the absolute dog snot out of Bailey again. And she's like, as soon as she breaks free, she's like, "This is my hair," and I'm like,
This is my hair.
"What?"
What kind of statement is that? Oh,
We know it's your hair. It was hilarious though. I cracked up. One of the funniest things I ever seen. But the match ends really well.
okay.
So they get a ladder out at one point because you know it's Hell in a Cell. You got to drag out every
I
weapon
don't.
under the sun.
Why is there a ladder in the cell though?
It was under the ring. I don't know. Ask Bailey. She pulled it out of there. But she pulls the ladder out, puts the ladder into the ring. They do a couple of spots here and there with the ladder, and then eventually they set the ladder up to where it's like standing up, but it's like on its side with the legs pointing straight out like that.
Yeah.
So they fight for a little bit, and then eventually Bianca gets Bailey for the KOD, the kiss of death,
Yep.
and then just slams her completely on the ladder. Ow.
Yeah. I mean,
I looked
it is.
at that
It is
and
all
I-
scripted, but ooh,
I cringe when I seen it because the way Bailey's body just contorts when she hits it, she was like, "Kapoom, boom," and just kind of flipped over.
nice.
And I kind of looked for a minute and I was like, oh God, Bianca might have hit that wrong.
It just means she sold it right.
Yeah, but she didn't because Bailey got up and walked out
Yeah,
of there,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't see no X's going up from the referee. So I knew she was fine. But when she hit, dude, Bailey took it. She took it like a man. She took that bump like a man. I mean, when she hit, she smacked and just smacked so hard that you could hear it crack. I think the ladder even broke.
Nice.
Yeah. Great match though. Following that up though,
So how do you feel about Seth Rollins?
other than his suits, he's boring to me.
See, there you go.
So-
How do you feel about Seth Rollins being on Ding Dong Hello the other week, where and Cesaro crashed and ripped his pants off?
I love that. I thought that was great.
Dude's in there in his boxers and his dress shoes, just like, oh god.
So I cracked up and I was like, oh God, what if he wasn't wearing anything that day?
That wasn't supposed to happen.
I know. His pants weren't supposed to
No.
explode.
But this match is one of those completely unnecessary beating a dead horse. Why did Cesaro lose? I'll tell you why he lost. Because they're going to redo the match the next pay-per-view.
You got to have your rubber match.
Yeah. This was WrestleMania redone, and it wasn't as good.
No. This was like, you take WrestleMania, you turn them into a crack addict, and then you put a cell over top of it, and then you have Hell in a Cell. That's what this pay-per-view was.
Yeah. But it was just hanging over the ring because it wasn't actually in a Hell in a Cell.
Exactly. And it asked you for $5 at a gas station.
No. Don't get me wrong. I love Seth Rollins. I love Cesaro. I think Cesaro they need to figure out what they're doing with Cesaro or let him go.
Yes, I agree.
But Snow, like, there's no reason for it.
I agree.
Like,
My thing was, why though? Because the match is fine in the beginning. You know, you got your normal moves, suicide dives, all that whatnot.
Yep.
But this is how zoned out I got during the match. At one point, I kind of just looked at my phone and looked back up, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Because they were doing nothing. They were just kind of throwing clotheslines.
It was literally just the same match, but worse.
Yeah.
Like, you'd seen every spot, and then they got to the point where, like, I have a better clothesline than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me. So the match ends. Rollins gets the win. Cesaro is just kind of sitting there, just like, huh? Because it's a roll up. They did a small package.
The strongest finisher in all of WWE. The surprise roll up.
That's how this match ends. Oh, but don't worry.
We'll come back to that.
Don't worry, guys. Because that's not the only match.
No, we'll come back to that finish.
Exactly. That's not the only match that ends in a small package for that night. No. We can't just do it once for one night and disappoint fans. Let's do it twice.
Yep. We'll come back to that. Alexa Bliss defeated Shayna Baszler.
That
by
match
pinfall.
is weird.
Listen,
it's weird.
If this match is going to happen, and it did, obviously, we already discussed what your thoughts are about Alexa.
I hate it.
How she needs to go back to being the goddess or whatever she was.
I just hate this gimmick.
If this was going to happen, she should have busted out the double jointed elbow.
Yep.
On Shayna.
Yep.
Because Shayna's all about those chokeholds and those arm bars and those hard hitting moves.
In a way.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at one point she gets her arm like put this way, and Baszler just like steps on it and bends it that way.
Okay.
So like obviously I can't do that because I'm not double jointed.
Yeah.
But she like bends her arm in a weird contorted way, and it looks super crazy.
Super weird. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing that I got the biggest complaint about this match is Alexa Bliss is apparently a mind controller. Did you know that?
I did.
I didn't know that. Dude, she don't need to be wrestling. She needs to be a superhero.
Listen, I've been watching some superhero shows lately, and I don't. No.
No, she needs to be a superhero, man. Because at one point, they're in a match.
Oh yeah, she mind controlled Nia Jax.
Mind controlled Nia Jax.
She made her slap Reginald.
Yeah. So at one point, you have Baszler laid out outside the ring because of something that happened. And then Nia Jax is walking over there to kind of, check on her partner.
Yep.
And then she makes eye contact with Alexa Bliss, and it looks like a deer in a headlight situation. She's like, oh. And then
Classic Nia Jax.
Yeah. So Alexa Bliss goes.
Yeah.
And then Nia follows her every move.
Yep.
And then just slap.
Listen.
I'm like, what am I watching?
I have a rebuttal to this.
Okay.
My whole.
No.
Does this really surprise you with Nia Jax involved?
No, Nia Jax is already an embarrassment to the women's wrestling anyway. So, no, it don't surprise me any about that. I'm not dissing her as a person. I'm sure she's fine as a person, but her wrestling work
Listen,
is
she's either
awful.
a joke or she's hurting somebody.
Exactly.
Is the problem.
So, like, she literally got another joke made out of her because of being mind controlled.
Yep. That's fine. It was meant to happen. It's perfectly normal.
Vince, quit writing shows. You're in your 70s. Stop.
This is good stuff.
No, it's not.
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
It was a good match.
It's always a good match.
It's a good match.
It's been a good match 1,000 times already.
But it was a pointless match.
Yeah, it's been a good match 1,000 times just in WWE.
But it was a pointless match. No reason for it.
No,
whatever.
There's no title. There's nothing.
Nope.
But part of Sammy's shtick right now is, he's the conspiracy theorist, and he's been trying to get his Intercontinental title back, right?
Yeah.
Does Kevin have anything to do with the Intercontinental title picture right now?
Maybe. I don't really know.
That's
I don't know what they're doing.
If you don't know, that's a no.
I mean, one night, I think he is going after an Intercontinental title. Then Big E's going for it. Then Sammy's going for it. Next week, I'm going for it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Spoiler.
It'd be like WWE 2K20 and roll up Samoa Joe for the Universal Championship.
Yes.
With no contract.
I
mean, like I said, good match, always a good match.
Pointless though.
But there's no reason. There's no reason to talk about
Nope.
it. There's no reason to have the match. It's just a placeholder there. It's just there to extend the card.
Completely pointless.
Because they didn't have anybody they could put on pay-per-view, even though they just fired 12 people in the last 2 months. Aleister Black, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Ruby Riott. None of them.
And if you notice, it's a very short
It is
card.
a very short card, but this probably went on for 4 hours.
Oh, it did, because let's see, this match lasted forever.
Again, there is no reason for it. You know what this tells me?
What?
Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Charlotte Flair wins by disqualification.
Yeah.
That means Charlotte's going to pick up the title probably either at Money in the Bank or she's going to win Money in the Bank and cash in.
I think she's going to win Money in the Bank. That's my prediction for it. That's for a later segment because we're going to get into
Fair. I'm sorry I keep skipping your statement.
No, I mean you're fine. That's fine.
There's no reason for it.
It's
Like,
just
I understand Charlotte is the queen. Charlotte is good. She's great, but she's suffering from John Cena syndrome right now.
Yeah.
She's being shoved down everybody's throats, and while she may be the best athlete there, the best professional wrestler there in the women's division, or maybe in both divisions, there's just too much of her.
And let me ask you this: does it really hurt Charlotte Flair to lose Rhea Ripley clean?
Not at all. Not at all.
That's what I'm saying.
All you do is hurt Rhea Ripley here.
Exactly.
There's no reason for it.
And Mick Foley,
Yep.
one of my favorites, Mick Foley,
Mick Foley loves Rhea.
tweeted out to Vince McMahon, "Don't ruin this."
Yep.
When she went to main roster.
Yep.
Well, Vince McMahon is like,
She's not a big sweaty man.
she's not a big sweaty man. I'm gonna ruin her.
Tag team wrestling and women's wrestling.
Yeah. I just want big sweaty man. I need Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley.
I love Rhea, man.
I do too. And something else that's bothering me about this whole picture of Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, right?
Why was it a disqualification?
Who's the heel?
It should be Rhea.
It should be, but Charlotte's acting like a heel.
Yeah, because they're both tweeners right now.
Yeah. So my question
But-
is,
But
who was the heel in this situation?
either one, but both. Yes.
And that's why you don't do that in wrestling.
And disqualification?
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on. We already had a match that ended with a roll-up.
So far, looking at this card, you have a match that ends in a roll-up
Yep.
right here, right?
Yep.
You have a match where a woman
Gets mind
gets
controlled.
mind controlled.
You have a pointless
You have a
match.
pointless
Completely
match.
pointless.
Completely pointless, but
Yep.
it's a good match.
Yep.
I'll give it that.
And then you end a championship match with a disqualification
With a
with the
DQ.
by the person who should have won the match to look like a strong champion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Uh-huh.
And let's go into the worst match of the night,
Worst match.
in my opinion.
Listen.
Because this one was bad. But, oh man, it got worse right after
Listen,
that.
this is what, part 7 of Lashley versus McIntyre now?
Yeah, it's literally like...
Again, I genuinely like both of these wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like, Drew is one of my top guys right now.
Yeah. And
I
my biggest thing, though. So, you know how I said this was a bad match, Charlotte and Ripley, right?
Yeah.
It is literally like this Hell in a Cell match looked at Charlotte and Ripley's match and said, hold my beer for being the worst. And that's exactly what happened.
Listen, the best part about this match, though, is they looked at the earlier match, Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, and said, can I copy your homework?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know. I guess Bobby ran out of ideas, and he's like, small package. That's how I end that. Actually, I'm not even blaming Bobby on that. That wasn't Bobby's fault. That was Vince's fault. Let's face it, that was a rider's fault.
With the way things go, as far as I understand it, for the most part, they tell you who you're facing.
Yep.
They tell you the finish.
Yep.
Everything in between is up to you.
That's true.
Eddie Guerrero's thing used to be he'd like to just improv everything. Like he'd have full-on conversations with his opponents in the ring and just cover it up. Anytime you see Eddie Guerrero in a rest hold, he was talking to his opponent.
Yeah. And a lot of workers do that.
Yep.
And a lot of people know I used to be a former wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually something my trainer told me.
Yeah.
He said when he would be in a rest hold or any kind of hold like that where you get some downtime on the mat, he said he would sit there and talk to his opponent, be like, hey, man, how's your kids? How's your wife?
Yeah.
What do you want to go eat after this?
Yeah, 100%.
Because
it's a good way to check in. It's a good way to talk about the next spot.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that you can do with it.
Yep. And a lot of wrestlers do that because if you're good enough, that crowd ain't going to hear you. They're too excited watching you two work.
Yeah. We may have covered this at one point, but like Eddie Guerrero, especially in dark matches, there's an interview with Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Within the last couple of years, where they're talking to him about Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
And he said that they were on a tour. I don't remember where the tour was, but he wrestled Eddie for like 4 or 5 nights in a row.
Right.
Same match, same finish.
Right.
You have 10 minutes. Go out there and do what you can.
Yeah,
and Eddie would just be like, "Oh man, it'll be good. It'll look good. It'll be fine. We got plenty of time." They'd get back to the back. That was 15 minutes you went over. "Oh, I'm sorry. It was my fault. Don't blame Matt at all." Next night, 17 minutes.
Yep.
Next night, 20 minutes.
Yep.
Last night, 25 minutes. No, it was my fault. Just don't blame Matt at all. One of the problems that we have in today's wrestling is that they don't want to do rest holds. Now, I understand you wanna keep the action going. You want to keep the fans involved, but that means in cases like this,
yep,
you don't get that chance to talk to your opponent.
No. So this is the importance, like you said, of rest holds. Is yes, you get to talk to your opponent,
yep,
but man, you can't go out there and go for 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, it gives you that breather too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody like me who is asthmatic and probably shouldn't have been wrestling.
Probably not.
Probably not. When I got to do a chance for a rest hold, you take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You set up your next spot, and then you go from there.
Yep.
So that's why this match was so sloppy, in my opinion, because they're going the entire time full throttle.
Yeah,
I mean,
my guess is this followed the typical WWE blueprint.
Yes.
Punch, throw, go back and forth.
Pretty much.
You're on track. Special maneuver.
Yep, you're on track.
Bobby Lashley probably went for a spear, missed.
Yes.
Drew probably went for the Claymore, hit it, or missed.
Yep.
Lashley hit him with a power slam or a suplex.
And
then, so he did come back and he hit him with a spear.
Yeah.
Because they ramp up for about the first 3 minutes, and then it's just all, let me hit my big move.
Yep.
I need to hit my spot.
Yep.
I got to hit my big move. I got to look good. I got to look strong. I got to hit my stuff.
And then somewhere in the middle, you kind of work in, let's do some tables and some chairs.
Yeah.
Because we got weapons under the ring because it's a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So.
And then after all that, spears, suplexes, tables, ladders, chairs, oh my. Small package.
So how that match ends is MVP gets in by accident.
Oh, yeah, I remember reading about this because Drew McIntyre was like, MVP,
yeah,
you should stay out of this.
Yeah.
And then he pulled him in.
Well, by accident, because...
Explain.
So what happens is they're going for the finish.
Yep.
False finish.
False finish, yep.
Drew hits the Claymore. But the referee also gets hit somehow. I can't remember because I was kind of dozing in and out.
He forgot to bend his other leg back.
Yeah. But the referee goes out. He goes flying out of the ring because, it's set up for the referee. But referee actually just didn't take like a weird hit that one fall. He took a chair shot. So I was actually kind of impressed.
Okay.
I was like, okay, yeah, that would knock a referee out.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Oh no, the wrestler bumped me. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no, an accident.
Exactly.
But he falls out of the ring, goes, flop and does his thing. So the referee that's got the chain on the door, he sees this finish, and then he sees Drew go for the pin.
Yeah.
And he's like, uh-oh, gotta get in there.
See,
gotta be a referee.
This has always bothered me. Like, if you have multiple referees on site, and one of them is, outside the cage,
Yeah.
why can't they just on the cage wall?
I guess you gotta look at the shoulders. I don't know.
You can see the shoulders. Like, that's only like 6 feet up. You can look and see the shoulders are down and just be like,
I don't know. Unless he's got to be in the ring to do it. That might be like an actual thing. I don't know. Chad, if you know, let us know. Like, if that's a thing, let me know, because I don't know if that's an actual thing or not. But he unlocks it, gets the the chain off.
Yep.
Here comes MVP, pushes the referee out of the way, jumps in there. Breaks up the pin, MVP does. He absolutely gets demolished by Drew McIntyre after that.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's clear right now, actually. I didn't think he was.
Well, I think he is, but he's still working that injury. He's kind of like going to Bob Orton with that cast.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, how Bob Orton would work that cast?
Yeah.
And, his arm broke.
Yeah.
That's kind of what MVP's doing with the cane. Knee hurt.
Yeah.
So,
Is that what Hampton's doing?
I don't know.
Sir?
Huh.
Anyway.
We might not talk to him about that. But anyway. So he gets in there, gets beat up. Bobby comes back, does his amazing blah, 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 let's go out here, be a champion, big guy, throw you around, beat you up, all that good schnick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know where I'm going with this.
I do.
If you're a wrestling fan, you know where I'm going with this.
I'm Bobby Lashley, and I'm very angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually, the match ends up kind of turning back over for Drew. Drew hits a Claymore. No, he don't hit a Claymore. He hits a slam first. So he hits like a back slam.
Okay.
And then he's setting up for the Claymore. He gets in the corner.
He gets in the corner.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So he's setting up for that.
Hate it.
And then MVP grabs his leg. So as soon as MVP grabs his leg, he grabs
turns
him.
around.
Yeah.
He turns around.
Turns around, grabs MVP, swaps him a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Lashley just small package.
So not only is this the second time in the night that you've ended a match with a small package, it was the main event
Yep.
for the WWE Championship in a Hell in a Cell
Yep.
with a small package.
Yep. So small package. Drew gets pinned. Bobby rolls out of the ring, grabs MVP. They leave. Drew's just kind of standing there.
This is how he's going to get his rematch, even though he said he's not going to challenge him again.
Probably.
It's like there was interference that wasn't supposed to be there, and
But I don't know.
small package.
See, they could turn it and be like, well, it's no disqualification. So, I mean, you can't do anything. But
I challenge you to a ladder match.
you have Drew doing the Cesaro at the end. Just, huh? What happened?
Yeah, like, can I copy your homework?
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like, I used to get so excited for Hell in a Cell matches.
There's just been too many.
Yep.
Like, you look at Triple H alone.
Yeah.
How many has he been in now? He's probably not even the most anymore.
Between him and Taker, I think, honestly, they've probably both been in probably around 6 or 7.
I think Triple H has been in 7 by himself.
Yeah, Taker's probably only been in about 5 or 6.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I get it, and I know earlier I was saying, if you're gonna have a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, make every match in the cell. But I also feel like the match doesn't mean anything more because it's supposed to be the ultimate blow-off match.
It is, yeah.
It's supposed to be like your feud has gotten to the point where you've had all these singles matches,
Yep.
you've had a ladder match, you've had a cage match, and it just wasn't enough. And you got to be locked in with each other. You gotta take it out.
Yep.
And you don't run away. You don't climb your way to victory. You beat the snot out of your opponent until he can't fight back.
And then you pin him.
And then you pin him. Or you submit him. But there's too many. Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh, man. Small package.
Small package. What have you heard?
But yeah, it's just so so lackluster now, man, with Hell in a Cell matches. They just don't make sense anymore.
I also there's this thing they did a couple of years ago, and I kind of feel like they're doing it again, where they had a pay-per-view every 2 or 3 weeks.
They are.
And like that's too many, man. You don't have enough time to actually build up a few. Like, you're not trying to build anything up, and that's why you got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on there.
And
But
it's funny though.
You don't have time for a story anymore.
It's funny though that you bring up pay-per-views, because let's go ahead and get off this awfulness that is Hell in a Cell.
Segue.
Let's move on and talk about in 4 weeks the next pay-per-view.
At least it's not 3.
At least it's not 3. But I feel like the only reason that it's in 4 weeks is because that's when they get their live crowds back.
Yeah, 100%.
So our next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank.
I liked this better when it was a WrestleMania match.
Same.
Personally.
Because I felt like it was more important as a WrestleMania match.
It meant something.
Yeah.
Like, you'd go into WrestleMania and you would always have, you would get your Money in the Bank match, you'd have your Taker match, you'd have your title matches, and that was the formula, and it always worked for me.
Well, you would even argue that Money in the Bank did pretty much make a wrestler back.
100%, yeah.
I mean, look at Edge, the first Money in the Bank winner.
Oh, that's how he became the ultimate opportunist.
Exactly.
Cashing in at New Year's Revolution.
That's how he
after
got his
Elimination Chamber.
That's how he got his first title.
Yep.
Well, not first title, but first world title.
His first big one.
Yeah. But Money in the Bank, man, like, it used to be so much more important than what it is now. And now you got 2, and I don't even know. They might even do 4 this year. I have no idea.
Third?
Well, I mean, you got the Raw, SmackDown, and then
are they going to do one for both?
And the Women's SmackDown.
This is going to be the whole thing. Like, they're going to have that and then Universal title match.
See, I don't know if it's going to be 4, or it could just be the men combined and the women combined.
And I think this is what reminded me of it. I think Cena's supposed to come back, and I think he's supposed to go against Roman.
Is he going against Roman, or are they putting him in the dang Money in the Bank match?
Probably both.
Oh, God. They did that with Brock one year. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And he won. Who was supposed to be in it? Chad, do you remember who was supposed to be in the match that Brock entered? Because Brock beat him up, and then they
He's just like, I'm doing this.
Yeah, and then Brock went and joined. I can't remember for the life of me who it was, but it just felt like it was an important match because it made Edge. That's a possibility.
That's who needs it.
Yeah.
Right now.
But I feel like, man, who do you think will win?
Well,
actually, who do you think will even contend to be in this match?
Who do I think will be in the match?
Yeah, for the men's and for the women.
Okay, so for SmackDown, you're going to have the Usos in it.
Well, okay,
because
let's say they combined it to 1 man, 1 women's, and then you got Raw and SmackDown on both sides.
Okay, so I like that better.
That's how they'll do it.
You do what, 6 or 8?
They'll probably do 6.
Okay, so you have to have Kofi.
Yeah.
That's
is a high flyer.
You're going to have at least 1 Uso in there because Roman's going to get out there and say, acknowledge me.
Probably.
Like, you say that
gonna be Jay too.
You're on my side and you're eating at my table, but you need to prove it and get in that ladder match and win.
Yep.
So it may be 1, it may be both. I don't know, but I assume at least 1. This man, Cesaro, needs to be in it.
Yes.
And because Cesaro's going to be in it, they're probably going to put Seth Rollins in there too, and Seth Rollins will probably cost it.
I'm thinking Big E too.
Big E should be in it, yeah.
Because
and this is if you roll into the Kofi as a heel thing over the next month, Big E can confront him about it at the match.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, basically. So that's what Kofi, Big E, Cesaro, Usos.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like, you're looking at 1 to 3 more spots.
Yeah.
I feel like if Keith Lee is clear, I think you bring him back as a surprise entry.
Okay.
In Money in the Bank, and it'll do wonders for him coming back. It'll do wonders for the card. It'll do wonders for the match.
But does he win Money in the Bank?
Probably not.
Okay. Fair enough.
Would I like it? Absolutely.
Fair enough.
There are also rumors that, like I said earlier, John Cena's going to come back. You could have him go into the Money in the Bank because he's had it before and he lost. I think he was the first person to actually lose.
I think he was.
Money in the Bank. You could have him come back, and that could be how his road leads to Roman.
Yeah. I mean, does he take it off Roman at SummerSlam though? Because I think that's the next pay-per-view after Money in the Bank.
I think it is. Yeah.
Ugh.
Honestly,
I don't like it.
I think you keep the belt on Roman.
I do too. Because why would you give it to Cena? Honestly,
17.
That's stupid. Just
he's done with Fast and Furious right now. He's got an open schedule.
Don't put a title on John Cena for the sake of putting a title on John Cena.
But if you put the title on John Cena, that's how you get The Rock back again. And then The Rock can take it off of Cena, and then you can lead into WrestleMania with Roman and The Rock.
I'm just going to fucking
jump
off something.
And then you bring Kurt Angle back, and he wins all the titles. You have a rehash of 2005 TNA.
That sounds like the worst plan ever.
And then Hogan comes back.
I'll just start watching New Japan or Lucha Underground or something. I don't even know if Lucha Underground's still going.
I don't think it's a thing anymore. But
I watch reruns.
Like honestly, I would like to see Cesaro win it and do something with it at SummerSlam. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Or Big E.
I either want Cesaro or Big E.
Honestly, I kind of want to see.
And what's sad is they're both SmackDown guys.
Yeah.
I can't think of a Raw guy.
Listen, I kind of want to see Jimmy get it too because Jimmy's the one like I ain't no bish.
Yeah.
But
you know how stupid that would be though if Jimmy got it. Because he ain't going to beat Roman.
Listen, Jimmy gets it and then he feuds with Jay over it, and then it leads into a WrestleMania match. I don't know.
Stop making these awful matches.
Listen, you asked.
Are you riding for WWE?
I might as well be.
You might as well be.
I mean, this is still better than what they're coming up with, especially for Hell in a Cell. Look at that card, sir.
Unfortunately, you're right.
Listen, just picture this: Jimmy and Jay for the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then the winner faces Roman Reigns in the main event.
I need a trash can so I can puke. Just that sounds awful. That sounds awful.
Realistically, though, I do want Cesaro to win.
I do too. Or Big E.
This is about the time where he's got to figure it out, like I was saying. But again, most of the guys that we just named are SmackDown. So who represents Raw? Who's even on Raw anymore?
I don't know.
Keith Lee.
I mean, unless you put Riddle in there.
Oh, please, no.
I'd be all right with that. Could you imagine it, though? Him climbing the ladder back, I'm getting high to get this.
Yeah, this is what's going to happen. Because you can cash it in for any title, right? Matt Riddle wins Money in the Bank, cashes in for tag team titles with Randy Orton. It's like, bro.
I could imagine it now. Just taking it up there to Randy about, Randy, man, I won this for us.
Oh, we got a chance, brother.
And he's going back, yeah, that's for a world title.
World tag team titles, bro.
Make it happen.
Oh, my
WWE,
God.
make it happen. I'll take it. If Riddle wins that, he better cash it in for tag team titles. Because that would play off on his gimmick so well.
Oof. He just wants to make Randy happy. He just wants to be friends.
He does. No, I think, honestly, you might have Orton or Riddle on Raw's side going in the Money in the Bank.
But who else is on Raw?
AJ. I mean, I guess you could put AJ in there and have almost help him.
It's just AJ gets the snot knocked out of him and almost just puts him up on his shoulders as the ladder.
Would you be mad if AJ won Money in the Bank, though?
I'm never mad if AJ wins anything.
Exactly.
AJ carries a lot of stuff.
So if AJ Styles walked out there with Money in the Bank and tag team gold on his shoulders, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah. So it'll be Ryback.
Oh. He's not even working for WWE anymore.
No, his picture's right there.
I think it's because he's a former winner.
It's fair. Let's see, Cesaro, and that would lead into Roman. I don't know. Who else is on Raw? Bray Wyatt comes back.
That's a possibility. That was something I was sitting here thinking of. I was like, what if Bray Wyatt comes back?
Bray Wyatt comes back. Keith Lee comes back. Double surprise entry.
That'd be kind of cool.
They're the last two.
Or what if you have Bray Wyatt versus Keith Lee for the last entry on Raw?
That'd be pretty good.
That's a good way to make Raw.
Yeah.
Actually good for once.
Yeah. I love Keith Lee, man. He's so good.
But do you bring Bray Wyatt back as Bray Wyatt or the Fiend? You got to bring him back as the Fiend, right?
So for me, I think you build the story towards the Fiend has moved to Alexa.
Like the spirit.
Yeah, the spirit of the Fiend or Sister Abigail or whatever you want to call it has moved to Alexa. And Bray shows up as Muscle Man Bray, doing the Muscle Man dance.
Dude, I'll take it.
And he goes against Keith, and he's just like, wow, you're really good.
Yeah,
You're a big guy. Yowie, wowie. Yeah. And they do the typical big guy that can move thing where they do the like double cross body.
Yes.
And then Alexa comes out all creepy. And then you hate it. I know you do. Lights go out. Fiend. And then Alexa's just standing there on the stage like, what? Back in normal Alexa mode.
You know how hard that would be to play off, though?
Yes.
Especially live?
I'm not saying it's easy.
I mean, it would be easier to do during the Thunderdome, right?
I know, and they don't have their live crowd back until Money in the Bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you do it on Raw, then yes, that could work perfect
Mm-hmm.
right before Money in the Bank. But if you do it at Money in the Bank for somebody to enter later on in the night, that could get kind of messy.
No, I think you do it on Raw, the blow-off show going in.
Yeah.
You have them both come back that week. They have that match. Alexa comes out in the middle of the match. The Fiend leaves Alexa. You know, lights go out. She comes back up. It's normal. She's in her little pink whatever the heck's going on now. Bray switches from Muscle Man Bray to the Fiend. He's got the mask on.
Yeah.
I don't think you do the burned Fiend where he's in all black. I don't.
No, they already brought him back to normal Fiend there in WrestleMania.
Okay, good. I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
Regular Fiend. Keith Lee doesn't know what to do. He tries, fails.
Yeah.
Lights go back out.
Okay.
Regular Bray.
Okay. And then him standing there kind of like, yeah, we will.
Exactly. But at first he's not. He's just staring down at Keith.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, wow, that was fun. Yowie, wowie, guys.
See, that was something I really enjoyed during the whole pandemic era.
Yeah.
Is that you could do stupid stuff like that
Yeah.
and make it work. Because you didn't have to be live, you could just cut it off.
If the plan after Money in the Bank is to roll into all live crowds all the time, this is your last chance to do something like that.
And it is. Because they're going on like a 20-25 week tour after Money in the Bank to do nothing but live crowds from now on.
I mean, I think that's how you do it.
That's the only way you could do it, honestly. And that honestly would get the gimmick off Alexa and put it over back to Bray where it belongs. Because it does not belong to Alexa. I love Alexa. She's a great worker, but that Fiend character don't work for her. It works for Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt's supposed to be creepy.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it just don't work for her.
Let us know what you guys think. Hit us up in the Discord. Fantasy book Money in the Bank for us.
Join the Discord and let's talk about some wrestling because I love talking about
absolutely.
wrestling.
Do you think Cesaro's going to be in there? Do you think the Fiend or Keith Lee will be back in time? Do you think what we were just talking about right now is good, or do you think it's dumb?
Do you think we should work for WWE? Huh? I'm not opposed to it.
I mean,
I
if
bet
they
pay
want to
well.
pay me,
I bet they pay well.
Well, they pay their NXT stars $30,000 a year.
Well, I mean, I did.
And they don't pay their expenses anymore. So
I did kind of hear that WWE riders don't last long. They last
like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll be back after 2 months.
Fun. We'll be right back. That's all right. But yeah.
So what about women's? If we're
Women's.
Sit here and talk about Money in the Bank. Who enters that and goes on the challenge? Either Rhea Ripley, if she's still holding the title.
She won't be. She'll lose it there.
Probably. Or Bianca.
I think you have if Rhea's going to drop it at Money in the Bank, have the women's Money in the Bank after she drops it and have her enter. Have her do the Brock Lesnar thing and take somebody out of the match.
Okay.
Let's start. Somebody who. This is going to sound bad, but Nikki Cross.
Yep.
I like Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
I think have Nikki Cross win her way into it, and then have an upset Rhea.
Yeah. Just snatch
out
it
the
up
door.
on her.
Yep. And then have Rhea go on to win, and then build something with Nikki where she challenges her because she lost her opportunity to be in that match.
Yeah. So you know who I think in a tiny little bit needs to win that Money in the Bank?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is good if she's back in time. She probably won't be, though. But I think Baszler.
Yeah, I think she needs to get away from Nia.
Baszler 100% needs to get away from Nia because Baszler can work.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And that's why I was so mad that they put her in the stupid gimmick match from Hell in a Cell with Alexa Bliss because they're both great workers. The story just sucked.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, you put Baszler in there.
Yep.
Baszler's a threat.
Who else do you have, though?
You put Nia in there.
And do you include NXT?
It depends. If they're going to do their own version of Money in the Bank, because I heard that might be like a little teaser thing that Triple H is trying to do.
That's fair.
You don't, because you want to save
No,
that.
yeah, you want to save that.
Yeah. But
God.
if you don't, then maybe you throw Ember Moon in the mix.
Oh, I am 100% down for anything Ember Moon. Ooh.
So maybe throw Ember Moon in the mix. That might work. Io Shirai.
Listen, an eclipse from the top of that ladder.
Yeah.
It'll hurt.
Maybe this is Io Shirai's way to the main roster.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, if Charlotte isn't already in a title match for Money in the Bank,
Yep.
she's going to be in that match.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Sasha Banks probably in that match.
She's been gone since Mania, so this
Has
is
she?
since she lost her title.
Yeah.
So this might actually be a way to bring her back. I didn't think about that.
It's boss time.
Like I ever got to hear Michael Cole say that again, I'm going to jump out of a window somewhere.
Bailey probably be in it.
That 100% Bailey. I think Nikki Cross, honestly.
I do think Nikki's been doing some good work.
I feel like Vince is kind of getting more better feelings towards her.
That's fair, because he was just kind of like done with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you were thinking about it, he broke Sanity up and did nothing with him after that.
You know what upsets me a little bit?
What?
Sonya.
Sonya Deville?
Yeah.
Oh,
Does she not compete anymore at all?
I don't think she can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's kind of got the Paige, Edge, Daniel Bryan treatment.
Yeah.
That other doctors will say that she's clear to compete, but the WWE ones are saying, you're not good to compete.
That sucks.
Yep. Because I think that's
Sonya.
that's one of your contenders right there, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I have been hearing rumors, and this is Dirt Sheet. Paige is trying to make her way back in.
I was never really big on Paige. Like, I know that's kind of not the thing to say. I wasn't paying attention to wrestling at the time, really.
I love that woman.
I mean, at that time, I think she took her first championship off of AJ Lee.
Yeah. She was still holding a NXT women's title when she took it off, too.
Tessa Blanchard.
Yep. That's a good contender. It's a really good
Is she a free agent right now?
I think so.
She's just doing indie circuits, right?
Yeah. I don't think she's signed under any big contracts.
I think she's been off of Impact since she lost that World Championship.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I'd be all right with
about it.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Asuka's still champion?
No, Rhea Ripley.
Oh, that's right. Asuka probably be in it.
Yeah,
but I mean, she's kind of got that Charlotte Flair thing going on right now too.
She won it last year. I don't see her picking it up again. Because when she won it last year,
she could do the CM Punk back to back.
True. There was a story with that. She was supposed to go on and have really good matches with Becky Lynch, but Lynch got pregnant.
Yep.
So Lynch literally just put the title inside the briefcase and then
remember that.
Give it to her.
She never actually cashed in.
Yeah. She's the one person that won Money in the Bank, but never cashed in. She just had the title handed to her.
Yep.
So I'm not mad at it though, because you entered a good champion after that.
Listen, I love Asuka.
I love Becky.
I love Becky. Yeah. I love women's wrestling.
And it's so sad that women's wrestling just didn't get started appreciated until recently.
Yeah.
Because like you went from really stupid gimmick matches like lingerie matches and like bra and panty matches.
Sir, that was my childhood. How dare you?
It was stupid though.
Listen, Stacy Keibler, Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson.
Attractive women.
Sir.
They are.
Kelly.
But the things that they made Trish Stratus do, and
That's
her
fair.
being one of the better wrestlers in WWE, is degrading.
Lita.
Also, the things they made her do is degrading, being one of the best wrestlers ever.
I know. But, ooh.
Yeah. No, I agree. They're attractive. They are very pretty women. But I just don't agree with the fact that
it should have always been competitive. Like
it should have always been
competitive. It just wasn't a thing
with
back
them.
then. I don't.
Like, it didn't make sense to me that they would train these women just to go out there and do gimmick matches like
Yeah.
bra and panties and lingerie, because I'm like, that's so stupid. Why would you do that?
Oh, the boat.
The boat?
The boat has to be in the match.
What boat?
The boat. Natalia.
Oh!
The best of all time. The
Oh.
boat.
I'm saying-
Most matches wrestled in Raw
I'm saying
as a female competitor.
I'm literally sitting here thinking boat, and I'm thinking of
Do you not remember that?
No, I remember now. But I'm sitting here thinking of Matt Hardy's rowboat that he uses, broken Matt Hardy.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point, but no, the boat. She's in everything, man. Like, they never give her anything, but she's in everything.
Oh yeah, they don't. Well, she's got the women's tag team titles right now
That's, I guess.
with Tamina.
I mean, about time they finally did something with her too. Jesus.
Yeah, that was her first title.
I know.
That's sad.
I mean,
isn't
Natalia
it?
didn't have her first women's title until like a couple years ago. She's been there like
I know.
12 years.
It's sad that Tamina snook her first title as a tag team championship.
Yeah, 10 years after she debuted.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of her dad because of what he did.
Well, yeah.
But she's a great wrestler.
But Natalia's got like the most matches, the most television wins,
Yeah.
the most time on air, the most pay-per-view matches.
Yeah.
All this nonsense, like the most different stipulations and all this stuff. I don't think you can have that match without putting the boat in there.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. 100%. They definitely need to put her in, and I think
I love Natalia too, by the way.
they should put Tamina in just to give her something to do. That way she's not left out.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't know, man. I just don't know how they're going to go about doing anything with Money in the Bank and make it actually a good pay-per-view, because the last two pay-per-views other than WrestleMania have just been bad.
Okay. So, I know we were talking about Money in the Bank,
Yeah.
but on a scale of, I don't know, how should this scale be? 1 to 5, 1 to 10? 1 being you didn't hate it that much.
Yeah.
10 being you super mega ultra loathed it.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a criticism on Hell in a Cell?
On Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Can I put a -2?
Well, that would mean you loved it.
Oh.
You're going the wrong way, sir.
Can I
Crank that to 11.
put that to 12?
You can do whatever you want.
Can I put it to 22? I mean, this is bad. It's just bad. Yeah. So, Chris's criticism here.
Yep. I like it. It's good. Good name. Let's go.
Chris's criticism says that Hell in a Cell was a big old pile of stinky poopy. So,
The official rating, ladies and gentlemen, stinky poopy.
so let that be known that Chris's criticism says that Hell in a Cell was stinky poopy.
Yep. I give it 3 chairs way down on my skull so I forget every bit of it.
Actually, I need Edge and Christian to concerto me.
Just repeatedly.
Yeah.
Concuss me again.
Give me that
sirs.
Ric Flair concussion. That way I'm just bleeding profusely, and then I can just kind of walk out and do the spaghetti leg and just fall over into the table.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that about does it for today's show, I believe.
It does.
We do have, if anybody's noticed, Troll and Toad has been getting pretty big into sports cards.
That is true.
Topps has a line of WWE cards, don't they? I believe you used to be the specialist.
I did, and
little bit, right?
I did. And what's funny is I do believe our WWE Tops 2021. We
Okay.
recently got those maybe about a month ago.
Oh,
So month or two ago. They usually do it in the summer run.
Okay.
When those
Yeah, that's fair.
starts.
It's a good time to do it.
I'm not sure what's really in the set. I need to go back and relook because I know there's a lot of good autographs that you can get.
Yep.
But the one that I seen that really stood out was a Fiend autograph.
Oh.
So I was like, oh,
Let's see. You said this was Topps 2021
Yeah.
WWE? Oh my God! Stop clicking.
I believe that's the one we have on site. I know we only got one on site, but I believe that was the one.
Money.
If not, we might have to go to the Troll Dome.
Money.
Actually, I might just do that over here.
Listen, if my computer would load over here,
It's not going to.
It's not. No, you're right. It's still spinning.
So let me actually see, because I think it was Topps 2021.
What I remember is
2020.
2020.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the Chrome set, too.
Okay.
So these sets are really, really nice. Let me go ahead and...
Are these the
switch over
ones
so you
that
guys can see.
are like they're super thick because they're actually in like a silver like frame? Like
Yes.
with those baseball cards?
Yes, but there's not all of them like that. So there's only a few of these cards that are like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's 2 autographs per box. So you're guaranteed 2 autographs. What autographs you get? Don't know.
Another one that's probably gonna be in there.
Probably. But I think the Fiend is one of the autographs that you can grab from this box. Roman Reigns, if you was to grab a Roman Reigns,
Yeah, right now that'd probably be
that's
big.
Really expensive. That one right there, you actually have 4.
Listen,
that's a triple autograph.
Triple autograph in the 2021 set: Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett.
Bad news, Barrett. I missed some money with that.
Listen, I hope we get into some of this, and I hope maybe if any of the community is interested, maybe Chris could, if he could convince Kelly, maybe do a box break.
That's what I'm thinking. So guys, if you guys are interested in me doing a box break of this, if I can get enough people interested, I'll see what I can do. And I would love to bust this on the wrestling show.
Oh, Dead Man's Tombstone Tribute features 10 of The Undertaker's biggest career moments.
Yeah, that thing, those are expensive.
Each of them is die cut in the shape of a tombstone.
Yeah, those are expensive. Super expensive. Ooh. So guys, if you guys are interested in our Topps Chrome 2020 box, let me know, because I will 100% crack this on one of our shows.
You order this and you want somebody on this show to open it for you live on camera? 100% down.
You volunteering this tribute?
I'm volunteering you. You're the one on this every week, not me, sir.
Well, that's true, but I thought you were wanting to bust it.
I mean, I'm down for that.
So, guys, let us know. Let us know in the Discord or the chat. If you guys are down for a 2020 Topps Chrome box bust, where you could potentially pull some really great autographs, let me know. Because this is something I'm really interested in doing. Because I miss doing this stuff.
That's fair.
I miss opening these cards because I remember when we used to get them all the time. And then we barely get like 1 or 2 sets a year now.
Yeah.
So if we can actually make traction on this, that might actually be some convincing for some people around here to get some more of this.
That's true.
So, guys,
and if you're not down with that, I've got 2 words for you.
Aw shucks.
Well, I was going to say goodbye.
Oh.
Because we're over time.
Oh, we're not exactly over time. So we still got about 10 minutes.
Do we? Are you sure?
Well, 10-ish minutes.
My bad. Tried to cut it too early.
But we are pretty much out of time.
So 2 words for you, chat.
Not yet. We got to talk about the shows.
Oh, that's fair.
We got to talk about the upcoming shows.
Roll it.
All right, guys. So
Wednesday.
Drew's Poker Shop.
Yep. Do you know what Drew's doing? Last week he busted Chilling Rain, right?
He busted Chilling Rain.
Yep.
I think what we're going to try to do is maybe try to set up a little thing so people can buy packs.
Okay.
While he's in the middle of stream.
That would be pretty good.
And that way you guys can force him to bust these packs on stream.
You know what I want to see?
What?
And it's partially Drew's fault for starting to play Pokemon Snap. I want to see Drew play Pokken Tournament.
That would be fun. That might be potential future. But other than that, I think think he's just going to do the card game
TCGO?
online.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's just going to do that.
That's fine.
And then right after that, we have
Standard Logan.
Standard Logan and Kelly. So Standard with Logan and Kelly. They teach me a lot about Magic because I don't know anything about Magic. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and that's about it.
Aren't you guys going to rip into a Demir deck or something like that? Or did you already do that? I don't remember.
I don't know. It's probably something they were going to do. I think they did that last week, actually.
That's fair.
But right after that, on Thursdays,
Troll versus Toad.
we do. We have Troll versus Toad.
Halo round 2.
Exactly.
Your boy's in it.
And Hampton's in it, too.
Hampton is in it,
The
too.
collectible boys are in it.
C&H Collectibles, strong representation in round 2.
And we might have to play each other in round 2.
You might. Who else is in it?
Kelly's in it.
Kelly's in it.
Drew's in it.
Drew's in it.
And we still got to determine the final round between...
Oh, did you not play JT and Brooke yet?
We didn't get to because we
Ran
ran
overtime?
out of time.
Okay.
And
So first match.
first match will be
JT versus Brooke?
yeah, JT and Brooke.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll go from there. So, yeah, you could potentially see the collectible boys having to face each other in Halo.
My preference would be that you two are separated the entire seating. And then in the finals, if you can both make it,
Yeah,
because it's some strong competition.
that's true.
C&H Collectibles, see who the winner is. Does Hampton finally take out all of his aggressions on Chris?
Considering he used to be a professional player at Halo, he probably will. So, guys, make sure you guys stick around for that. And then right after, Palmer, I think we got a little show called TNT Tactics.
I think you're right. Last week we had to run a rerun because I had to open some Magic. Sorry.
And that was for you guys.
It was Modern Horizons 2 came out and we got a little late and I had to stay and make sure it got finished. I apologize. I'm going to talk about board games you wish you were playing instead of being on stream.
Got any crazy giveaways for this week?
Well, we were going to give away some Kraken dice, sir. However, there is one of the points that we're going to talk about is dragon related.
Okay.
And so we have a bundle of Dragonlance books that we're going to give away all at once to somebody.
So, dragons.
Yes.
So, be there for that. TNT Tactics
It's
coming
good
up,
stuff. It's pretty cool.
coming up at 4 o'clock on Thursday.
Yep.
And then right after that, we have Happy Little Orcs
Hello.
with Mr. Josh Hampton, my partner at C&H Collectibles.
Yeah, last week his hand was acting up pretty bad.
Because he's old.
He's got carpal tunnel because he paints miniatures
Yeah, he's got carpet
and types
tunnel
all day. But he's got carpet tunnel, yes.
because he lays carpet all day. For trolling Toad.
But his hand was acting up, and we still had that Magic to get out, so we just ran reruns for you guys. Again, I apologize, but we got to make sure you guys are getting your cards.
But, guys, after that, on
Friday.
we will have
Magic?
Magic with either Jeremy or Logan.
Yep.
One of the two. Whichever one's here.
Yep.
Usually one of them's here. And then right after that, we will have, but potentially changing.
Yep.
We just got to figure out a different time.
Yep, we got to find a time slot.
Yes. But this Friday, we will have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show.
I'm down there, Alberto Del Rio. Or Ricardo
Tony Kimmel.
Rodriguez.
Okay.
That too. But we will have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show after. And that may, well, actually it will be changing times. We just don't know when yet. And then,
We'll get with JT tomorrow and figure it out. Be all right.
yes. And then we will have the collectible shows probably starting on Tuesdays, guys. And that's going to be alternating Tuesdays.
Okay, so you are going to keep with your alternating schedule? You're not going to go every week?
Hey, if I did it every week, I'd go crazy.
That's fair.
So we'll probably do alternating collectible shows on Tuesdays. So from now on, it won't be Saturdays are for the toys, but it's going to be Toy Tuesday.
Woo.
And then we will have our D&D episode again, but we are trying to find a different location, guys, and we are trying to find a new place to go to for right now and a new starting time.
Yeah, you've probably noticed, but D&D has some severe sound issues. Part of that's
Yes.
because it's really hot here, and
Really
in order to
loud.
not die, we have to run fans, and it's
Yes.
a little echoey.
It's really loud.
We're trying to fix it for you.
So we're trying to get into a different location for D&D, but I promise you guys, D&D is not going anywhere. We will still be on the air.
And listen, this next episode, Hampton said is our last on Innistrad, and we're getting ready to go after Gristlebrand.
And I know this next episode, it seems like we set up for a fight.
Oh yeah, Gristlebrand, 100%. Storming the Hell Vault with Liliana.
Yep. So guys, make sure you guys stick around for that, because that's going to be a crazy fight, especially with me.
I'm gonna kill everything.
And I'm just going to
Die.
probably poop my pants. But guys, I'm Chris the Collector.
Smash Captain Palmer. Got
Smash Captain
two
Palmer.
words for you, chat.
What 2 words are they?
Goodbye.
He finally got it. And we'll see you later.